Like all good adventures in Japan, this one begins at a 7-Eleven. And this happy panda bus is going to get us to the trailhead. Let's go. This is the Kumano Kodo pilgrimage trail in Japan. It takes hikers through sacred shrines, historic forests, and is actually a sister hike with the Camino de Santiago. So along the pilgrimage, there are Oji shrines where people had to do purification rituals before arriving, and it was only after that that you could pray for divine protection. So I'm gonna hop in this very cold water because I have to purify myself. Okay, I'm pure. My first cold water dip is done, purifying my body before I see my first shrine. I am barefoot and ready to begin the Kumano Kodo pilgrimage. If you don't want to swim in the cold water, they also happen to have these little faucets you could use instead. Much more practical. I did not know about those. After visiting a shrine, you get to stamp your booklet with that shrine's unique stamp, then carry on with your hike, enjoying the forest until you reach the next one. Kumano is in the Kii Peninsula, which goes from Osaka, Kyoto, and Nara south to the sea. And it's a very sacred site associated with nature worship that goes all the way back to prehistoric times. Kumano is also believed to be where the mythological goddess Izanami, who gave birth to the Japanese archipelago, no big deal, was buried. After Buddhism was brought to Japan in the 6th century, there was a new religion called shugendo that emerged in the 7th century. And shugendo literally translates to the path of training to achieve spiritual powers. Pretty cool. And there's a lot of emphasis put on physical endurance as a path to enlightenment, which is why this pilgrimage path exists. Okay, so we have arrived at the Tainai Kuguri Leap of Faith. Basically, you can go that way, like this guy, or you can try and go through this cave. So let's see, it says that superstition says that women who crawl through the cave will have a smoother delivery when they give birth. Let's see. Okay, gotta go. Nice. Oh boy. Thanks. We made it through that little hole. And now it is time to get back on the trail. Oh! Outside. I'm okay. So, after doing your purification, you could arrive at the Oji shrine and pray for divine protection.
And do my bow bow.
Do your bow bow. Oh, hey there, buddy. Because of the rugged and isolated mountainous terrain here in Kumano, it became the ideal place for the demanding pilgrimages and training of shugendo. Now, in older times, women actually weren't allowed at sacred mountain sites. But since ancient times, Kumano, this wonderful place, has actually welcomed people of all genders and social classes, which means I could hike here alongside my dad. Shugendo is based on mountain worship. The mountain itself is an object of worship, and it's where the spirits of ancestors return after death. And shugendo is super rad because it blends esoteric Buddhism, Confucianism, and Taoism with the native Shintoism. Oh, look, a ginkgo tree. So the trail has now turned into a little road through this very tiny village. It's more of like 2 houses. And the view is awesome. But right behind me, there's actually a random little woodworking gallery. There's one last little shrine, and my sister left her hat to let us know we should stop. My sister is very smart. No pilgrimage hike would be complete without finishing a day of trails with a vending machine. It is Japan after all. Happy orange! Oishi. Mountains climbed, view appreciated. There's just one little sunflower. Oh my. Stay tuned for the next video when I start to be on the struggle bus getting through this hike. Thanks for subscribing.